Now let's look at the first sample item in the practice test together. The English sentence is, he identifies the driver. The artificial language sentence is, Vola, Colin M, wir, Arlek. See how 3 words in the artificial language sentence are marked 1, 2, and 3? The directions say, for these questions marked A, if only the word numbered 1 is correctly translated. B, if only the word numbered 2 is correctly translated. C, if only the word numbered 3 is correctly translated. D, if 2 or more of the numbered words are correctly translated. And E, if none of the numbered words is correctly translated. Let's walk through this example together and pick one of those answers. Here are the sample sentence and sample translation. He identifies the driver. Vola, Colin M, wir, Arlek. The first word to translate is Vola. Look at the vocabulary list. Find Vola in the artificial language list on the right side of the chart. You'll see that Vola means this. The English sentence starts with he, not this. So in this sentence, Vola is incorrect. The second word to translate is Colin M. Look up that word in your vocabulary list. You'll see that the verb concur means to identify. You have a form of that verb in Colin M. However, the endings are different. Why? Stay with me and we'll find out together. Look at Rule 4. Rule 4 says to find the stem of a verb, drop the suffix cur. In English, the verb is to identify. We drop to get the stem identify. In the ALT, the verb is concur. We drop cur to get the stem Colin. Now, look at Rule 6. For present tense verbs, add em for singular and im for plural. Our sample sentence uses a singular noun, he identifies, which means we should add em to Colin to make Colin M. What was added here? Im was added, which according to our rule is the plural form of the verb Colin. Colin M means they identify. Now you know the second word in the sentence is incorrect too. The third word in the sentence is Arlek. The vocabulary list shows that arcur means to drive. So, following Rule 4 again, you drop the suffix cur to get the stem of the verb, which is are. Let's look at Rule 9. To change a verb to a noun, add lek to the verb stem. Add lek to the verb stem are and make the word Arlek. In English, we would add are to the stem drive to get driver. That makes the form of the third word in the sentence correct. Now, select an answer from the response options. Since only word 3 is correctly translated, the correct answer is option C. Although we spent a lot of time on that first question, you won't need to do that in all cases on the practice test. The same rules apply to all 50 questions, and the same vocabulary words are used. As you apply the rules and vocabulary over and over again, you'll become familiar with them, and the test will go more quickly and easily. Knowing what to expect ahead of time will definitely help.
It's time to practice. Complete questions 1 to 20. Review your responses using the rationale for each response. Stop the DVD now and come back when you've finished.
Let's look at the directions for the next group of questions, 21 through 30. For each of these questions, select the response option that translates the underlined word or words into the artificial language. Let's look at the sample item. The sentence is, "There is the boy." You're asked to translate the boy into the artificial language. Here are your response options. Using the chart on the left side of the vocabulary list, find the word the, which translates to where. Next, find boy, which translates to ekaplek. Notice that option C says where ekaplek, so that's the correct answer. How did you do that? You looked up artificial language translations of the and boy in the vocabulary list. It's that easy. That sample question was vocabulary related. Question 21 asks you to use grammar rules, specifically rules for feminine and plural, which we have already discussed.
Now it's time to try it on your own. Complete questions 21 to 30. Review your responses using the rationale for each response. Stop the DVD now and return to it when you've finished. Now, turn to the directions for questions 31 through 42 in your manual. We're getting there. For this group of questions, select the response option that is the correct translation of the English words in each sentence.
Here, you translate the entire sentence to determine what grammatical forms should be used. Here is the sample item. The man, sinem bex avalek. First, translate sinem bex avalek. Using your vocabulary list and grammatical rules, you can see that the phrase sinem bex avalek means is an enemy. Next, translate the man. Using your vocabulary list, you will see that D, where kaplek, is the artificial language translation for the man. So the answer is D, where kaplek.
Complete questions 31 to 42. Review your responses using the rationale for each response. Stop the DVD now and return to the DVD when you've finished. You're almost done. Let's turn to the directions for questions 43 through 50.
For these questions, select the answer option that is the correct form of the underlined word or words in the sentence. At the end of the sentence are instructions about which form to use. In some sentences, you will be asked to supply the correct form of 2 or more expressions. Be sure to translate the entire sentence before selecting your answer. Here is the sample item. Yev bonker wir braulicht. Present tense. The first step in answering this question is to translate the artificial language words. The words mean he, to guard, the river. You're given the verb form bonker. It means to guard. What form of the verb do you need? You're told you need present tense. Singular or plural? When you look up the word yev, you find it is he, a singular noun. That means you need the singular present tense form of the verb bonker. Use Rule 4 to figure out that the verb stem is bon. Stay with me now. Find out the present tense singular form of the word for to guard. Rule 6 tells you to add the suffix em to the stem bon. The present tense singular form of the verb is bonem. So the answer is bonem, guards, for the sentence yev bonem, or he guards.
Read the instructions and complete questions 43 to 50 on your own. Review your answers using the rationale for each response. When you finish those questions, congratulations! You finished the section on artificial language. Sind dort im Wollen verglossle? Was this easy? Stop the DVD now and return to the DVD when you're finished.